U plus two, then see this picture here, U plus two consultant. When you sign up, and my sponsor, Carol Taylor, first conversation, she said, you sign up, you get on the order ship for 100 personal volume, sponsor one on your right and one on your left. They spend 100 BV a month, and now you're a consultant. Now you get paid unlimited debt, 6%. You get paid all the way down on both legs, 2/3, 1/3. When you have 300 in one leg and 600 in the other, that's called a cycle, $900. The cycle pays $54. That's the most important, one of the most important pictures you'll ever see. That picture right there, U plus two and then plus two, can really relieve your financial stress. Because I started out with me and my two daughters, and 10 years later, in our whole group, under all of us, is like 600,000 people. Imagine everybody getting two. U plus, can you get more than two? Absolutely, and you should. You get two, help them get two, then get two more, help them get two more, help them get two. That's the way this works. Get two, help them get two. Now, when I first conversation with my sponsor, Carol Taylor, when she called me up, she said, Jim, you do not believe the company Peter and I found. And I told her, she knew I was 74 at the time. She knew I was making a six-figure income. One thing she didn't know, that I needed to lose weight for the first time in my life. I was 195 pounds. I needed to lose weight really, really bad. So I told her, I want the product ASAP. I said, if the product works for me, I'm going to use the product for a month first. If it works for me, I want to do the business. Tell me what I have to do. And here's what she told me. She said, you have to sign up, and you have to activate a business center by spending 100 BV. That was 1 9-day. And she said, then you have to sponsor one on your left, one on your right. One on your left. So I sponsored my daughter Grace, my daughter Kathy, and they have to be in order ship for 100 BV. So me, 100 BV, 100 BV. Now, at that time, we only had the 9-day. It was $110, $36 for the website, and $9.95 shipping and handling. So for $156, I got a spot. My daughter Kathy got a spot for $156, and my daughter Grace got a spot for. So the three of us all got positions for under $500. So we made a $500 investment. This is 2002. Now I said to Carol, what happens because I have my one on the right? I did it on the first phone conversation. I didn't wait till the next day. I did it right away because I felt the product would work for me and I wanted to get out of the gate quick. I'm very teachable, very coachable because I'm a networker. So, what did I do here? Okay. How do I get rid of that?
You should be good, Jimmy. I can forward your next slide here.
Can you get rid of that for me? Oh, blur. I must hit the wrong button.
I can't see it. It's only on your computer, so we're good to go.
Yeah, but I can't see the board, but...
Oh. Okay.
So I got my two people the very first phone conversation. And, of course, I call my daughters every day, and they got their two people. Took them a week to get their two people. And then it took... There it goes. That's good. It took them a week to get their two, and then it took their two people like a month to get their two people. Now, what you're seeing here is the consultant triangle. If everybody did this, this is, you get two, they get two, and they get two. If everybody did this, 3 levels deep. I got two, my two daughters. Took them a week to get their two, and it took their two a month. So you got a day, first day, first week, first month. Now remember that. I'm telling you that for a reason. How much is everybody spending? 100 BV. How many people does everybody have to get? 2. But you want the 2 right people. And with Kathy and Grace would be my first level. Now, remember I did 5 to the power of 5. Is it easier to get 5 people, or would it be easier to get 2 people? I believe 2 people is much easier than 5. So you get 2, if you get the 2 right people from the very beginning, and they get the 2 right people. Now, can you get more than 2? Absolutely, and I encourage everybody to get as many as I can. So that Kathy and Grace would be my first level. Their 2 people would be my second level. Their 2 people would be my third level. See what's happened here? They would be my 4th level. They'd be my 5th level. Then my 6th level. Now what's happening here, everybody's getting people, some people are getting excited, some momentum starts. Here's what will happen if you get the right people. It runs away from you. It becomes a runaway train. Now let's see, that's 2 to the power of 2, 12 times. That's everybody getting 2 people who get 2 people, 12 times. Let's see what that's worth. That would be 80,190 people times 100 BV, which would be 819,000 times 6%. We pay 6%, not 5. That would be 49,000 a month, almost 13,000 a week. Now, let me ask you something. Everybody got 2 people. Everybody spent 100 BV. Could this happen in 12 weeks if everybody, could this happen in 12 days if everybody got their 2 people the first day like I did? If it took a week, could this happen in 12 weeks like Kathy and Grace? Or if it took 12 months, would this be nice if it happened in 12 months? I think so. How about if it took 12 years? It would still be good, wouldn't it? That's why I say it's not a 100-yard dash. It's a marathon. Once you understand these numbers and you know it's impossible to fail, why would you quit? Why would you stop? Now, do we stop at the 12th level? No, we don't stop at the 12th level. Now, look, the first 12 levels was 8,190. Well, let's see what the 13th level just by itself will have. Wow. The 13th level has the sum of the first 12 levels. That's what you have to understand. The geometric regression numbers. Most companies don't pay this far down. They don't pay this. They don't pay all the way down like we do. Then the 14th level, 16,000. If 8,000 get 2, you got 16,000. They get 2, you got 32,000. Now, do we pay past the 15th level? Absolutely. We pay all of them down. 100 levels, 200, 300, 400, 500. I ran out of paper. But let's see what happened here. Now, 2 years to the day, I had in my organization 32,517 people. I remember like it was yesterday. And my income, my check was 25,000 a week. At the same time, because Kathy had 2 legs to go and she was making 15, Grace had 2 legs to go and she was making 10. So 25, 15, and 10. In 2 years, as a family, we're making 50,000 a week. Once again, not to impress you, my dear friends, but to impress upon you. When you understand this, it makes it easier. When you know, mathematically, theoretically, on paper, it's impossible to fail. Now, if 32,000 people get 2, it's 64,000. If they get 2, it's 128,000, 256,000. Right now, today, since we started here in 2002, now we have over 600,000 people down all these legs, down this leg, this leg, this leg, and this leg. So we didn't just build 2 legs, we built 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. And we maxed out Jimmy's spot, Kathy's spot, and Grace.
Hey, Jimmy.
You're not going to see that anywhere else, my dear friends. There's nobody else that did that. I'm showing you what can be done, the potential here. I'm not saying you're going to do it, but once you understand this, I hope it makes it easier for you. Until you understand something, you do not own it. Until you understand something, you do not own it. So I want you to own it. And that's why I'm doing this. So you can own it like I own it. I think that's page 3 of a paint by the numbers scenario. These numbers don't lie. They do not lie. This mathematics is exact science. This is mathematically correct. All these numbers are correct. There's nothing hype. There's nothing smoke and mirrors. It's facts. This is facts. I'm giving you the facts. Just give me the facts, lady. Just give me the facts, lady.
All right, now, I have a question for you, Jimmy.
Sure.
In the first webinar, this was so powerful. At this part of the webinar, you took us back and you did two things, Jimmy, really well, and it really made a huge impact on the people watching this and me when I first heard this, and now even. First of all, you talked about your very first paycheck, which you're just about going to show us, and how you started. And second of all, you know, you have a different way of saying it, but every master was once a disaster. I know earlier you were talking about your journey and a number of companies, bankruptcy, etc. So I would love for you to, as you paint this story out, to also bring it home into reality for those listening. If they have been in other companies, or if they're thinking, well, Jimmy can do it, can I do this? I would love for you to comment on that.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. And I appreciate that. That's very important. I want to, Robert saying he wants everybody to know that every genius was a drudge before he was a genius. And so there was a time people used to run from me. They didn't want another presentation. I was kind of like a pain. And I always didn't make a lot of money in network marketing. As a matter of fact, in 1993, I actually went bankrupt from some of the mistakes I made by buying one company. I bought $15,000 worth of water filters. 6 months later, they went bankrupt. I was stuck with $15,000 worth of water filters, which my family and friends all got water filters for Christmas till they were gone. But everybody was upset. My wife was very upset when I went bankrupt, and I actually prospected the attorney. And my wife thought, wow, she said, Jimmy, do you realize what you just did? But you know, I didn't do it to be smart or funny. I really did it to be sincere. I was sincere. And I always knew, because I knew the numbers, that someday when I found the right company and the right comp plan, I would make a lot of money in network marketing. But I want everybody to know the guy at the top of the mountain didn't fall there, he climbed there. I was in the industry 14 years when I found Isagenix, and I was making $5,000 a week in another company, $4,000 to $5,000 a week. So I was like a 5-star. So it took me 14 years to get 5-star. So if you're struggling, you're 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, just know, stay the course, don't quit. As Robert and Joy and myself, we've done a lot of other different things. We've been around the horn. We know other comp plans, and we know the only way to fail here is to quit. You're in the right company. And what I want to point out here, now remember, I'm in a company making $4,000 to $5,000 a week every week, $20,000 a month, and then I walk away, I resign, and I join Isagenix. And my first check, remember June of 2002? I didn't do the business, I used the product. But I signed up my two daughters, Kathy and Grace. I got $10 for each one of them, product introduction bonus. I got a check for $20. I blew that check up. I showed everybody that check. My wife said, Jimmy, why are you showing me a check for $20? You're walking away from $5,000 a week. What's wrong with you? I said, my dear, give me 1 year. Give me 1 year. Give me 12 months. And that $20 check will be $20,000. It'll be a comma after the first year and another zero at the end, $20,000 a week. My wife said, Jimmy, please, what has gotten into you? How can you say that? I said, my dear, I know what I have here. I know what I can do. So here's my first check, June of 2020, $20. I found my first really good networker on my left in 5 months. 5 months later, I got my dear friend George Reese, my buddy from my last company, who I've been calling for 10 months. And finally, right here, when my check was $4,000 a week, and his check in his other company was $2,000 a week after 10 years, and mine was $4,000, double his after 10 months, he finally decided to come with me. So this is my right leg, and this is my leg. Now, when you get a good networker in left leg and a good networker in right leg, here's what happens. I went from 16, I think 25, 42, and then for the June, 1 year later, June of 2003, my monthly income was $95,000. The second week in June was $21,760. So 1 year later, I'm at $21,000 a week. Now, why did it drop so big? 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks. So you have to know that. Months with 5 weeks, you get an extra check. So that's why this drop is. That's $95,000. 65. I think that's 85 here, 95 here. Yeah, that's 95 again, yeah. And that's 95 again. So, but what I want to point out here is networker left, networker right. When you find a good networker, or several fairly good networkers, that people that not necessarily made a lot of money, but none of these people, this man here that I got here had made a lot of money in another company. He was retired, millionaire. I took him out of retirement, was calling for 3 months, calling for 10 months. I called him 42 times before he said yes. So persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. So you have to know that. You have to know that. And so that's my chart. And see this chart here? I have these charts like this for every company I ever did from the day one. I can chart everything. And see here, I'm not making a lot of the money. Say I'm grossly underpaid right here. But here, you become grossly overpaid. That's what you have to know. That's what you have to know. In the beginning, you're working a lot of hours. You're not making a lot of money. You're talking to a lot of people. You're sending out information. You're on the phone 15 hours a day. At least I was. Then when you get here, when you get up here, right now I pick up 500 new people every day because my group is over 600,000. This is very important. This is my first 18 months. Okay? And is that clear to everybody? I hope it is. I hope it's clear. One professional full-time networker is worth thousands and thousands of tire kickers, product users, people, wannabes. There's two types of people, wannabes and gonnabes. These are gonnabes. When you get the gonnabes in there, look out. Takes off. When you max out a business center, like I just did here, and when you max out, if you're paid as executive, you get a reentry above, not below. Most companies make you go down here and build 2 more legs. They would make you re-enter down here. No, I say it's a re-entry above. Now you only have 1 leg to build. Every time you get 300 volume in this leg, they take 600 from this leg and switch it over, and you cycle. So every $300 you cycle, and the cycle pays $54. So that's 18%. 18% of $54 or $300 is $54. And you only have to build this 1 leg. So what you say to people in your reentry, I'm going to be upline, but I'm also going to be your downline because everybody I bring in is going to go under you. Everybody I bring in has to go down here. In my reentry, I sponsored 1 really good networker in here, somebody I've been calling for 3.5 years, sent him product twice. He said yes. And here's what happened when he said yes. Here's what happened. I started working the business second week in December of 2005. The first full month was January of 2006. From January 6th to March of 2007, 15 months later, 55,000 a month. Maxed out the re-entry in 15 months from 5,000 to 55,000 a month, 15 months later. Why did this go so quick? So I only had 1 leg to build. When you only have 1 leg to build, it makes it much easier. 2 legs is easier than 5. 1 leg is easier than 2. It cuts the job in half. Wow. Another reentry. Stay tuned. Now I'm working in this reentry here. I admit I haven't been working as hard as I could be. I'm at 3-star here, but it'll work. I got some really good people in here, some great people in here, and that will max out. Now see the beautiful thing here? First spot, maxed out. 1, 2. You can do that over and over and over. You can do as many reentries as you want. And it's exciting. This is the best kept secret. This reentry above is the best kept secret in all of network marketing. That makes the back end of our plane the best back end of any plane ever. When you can build 1 leg and make 13,500 a week, build another leg and make another 13,500, plus your 10% bonuses. Wow. It's exciting. It's really, really exciting. Now, I've been talking about 2 a lot here. You plus 2, enroll in Isagenix. You enroll in Isagenix. You get 2 and help them get 2. You plus two, them plus two. Because I believe this from the very beginning, because I got my calculator out and seen what would happen, right now, as a family, oh, look at that. You plus two, them plus two, them plus two. If everybody did this, if everybody did exactly what you're looking at there, if everybody got two, got an ownership for life, and everybody got two, nobody would fail. Not one person would fail. Think about that. That is a beautiful picture right there. And because I believed in that picture 10 years ago, now our family has 600,000 people plus, and they spend $3 million a week wholesale volume on these products. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful picture you're looking at there. Just focus in on that picture. That picture should be in everybody's mirror in their bathroom, refrigerator when they come downstairs, and sun visor in their car. Because think about this, if everybody did that, if every single person did what you're looking at right there, nobody would fail. Not one person would fail. How powerful is that? How powerful is that? Please keep it simple. Don't complicate this business. I've been looking for 14 years for a comp plan that was simple like this so I could show it to people. It wasn't hard to understand. One on the right, one on the left. You get on ownership for life. Get one on the right, one on the left. Help them get two, who get two, who get two, who get two. It's that simple, my dear friends. It's that simple. That picture is so beautiful. It's so important to understand that. That's all you really have to know right there. Right there. Timing. Timing is now. Timing is now. Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, says, in business, timing is everything. What is timing? Timing is being at the right place at the right time, knowing you're there, and getting into action. My question to all of you on this webinar right now, do you have the vision to see this? Do you have the wisdom to understand this? And do you have the courage to pursue this? If you do, the time is now. Not someday. Someday never comes. Someday is now. The timing is perfect. This is the best time to be in network marketing. It's the best time to be in Isagenix. Network marketing is the way we're going to do business in the 21st century. Believe me, it's the way we're going to do business. Franchises are too expensive, cost too much, cost prohibitive, and 1/3 fail, 1/3 make money, and 1/3 break even. Network marketing, my dear friends, is the wave of the future. And you can have a worldwide business. You can have a worldwide business. A worldwide business. And you can get started for a few $100 and do business all over the world. How sweet is that? I love network marketing. It's a choice, my dear friends. It's a choice. Do you want to have your head in the sand, or do you want to look to the future? Do you want to look to the future and build your Isagenix business? It's your choice. Some will, some won't, some wait. So what? Who's next? Just do it. Don't wait a minute longer. Get into action and build your business just like Jimmy the Butcher did 10 years ago. I got started, I got out of the gate quick, and I never looked back. I just kept going forward, and that's what you need to do as well. You can have anything you want if you would give up the belief that you can't have it. Stop telling yourself you can't do this. Tell yourself you can do this. If you say you can, or if you say you can't, either way, you're right. Stop telling yourself you can't do it and tell yourself you can do it, and you will. I love that. When you make a lot of money, you have to stay grounded. I don't want to ever forget where I came from, who I am, what I'm about. And so I have affirmations on my mirror in my bathroom, and I read them every night before I go to bed and every morning. This is one of my favorite. I'd like to share it with you. Remember to be gentle with yourself and others. We're all children of chance, and none can say why some fields will blossom while others lie brown beneath the August sun. Care for those around you. Look past your differences. Their dreams are no less than yours. Their choices in life no more easily made. And give. Give in any way you can of whatever you possess. To give is to love, to withhold is to wither. Care less for your harvest than how it is shared, and your life will have meaning and your heart will have peace. And I believe that with my heart and soul. Reading that every day keeps me grounded. And like I said before, it's not how much money you make, it's what you do with that money. And thank God I've been blessed with 6 children, 28 grandchildren, and 13 great-grandchildren, with 2 on the way any day. And I have plenty of beautiful people to share my wealth with, and I do. And thank you. Give back with the person who invited you to this webinar. Give yourself the priceless gift of health and wealth. It's here for the offering. It's here for the taking.
Amen, Jimmy.
Give yourself the priceless gift of health and wealth. I love that. That's beautiful. God bless all of you, and I'll see you all at the top.
We will. Thank you, Jimmy. We all agree. We love you, Jimmy. Thank you for your spirit, for your heart, and your energy. And for you watching this webinar, the VIP actually on this whole presentation is you. So get back with the person, as Jimmy said. This truly is a gift. Once you've been given a gift of great measure, we have an obligation to share that gift. So Jimmy and I would bid you a good day.